So, the White House's very own Larry Ellison purchases TikTok for the United States of Israel, and Benjamin Netanyahu is calling us the baddies because we're defending ourselves against them usurping our governments. Walk away, people. You can't win this by fighting it. Let them destroy themselves. Let them fight themselves. You ever tried to punch a fly? You can't punch a fly. It's harder to punch a fly than it is to catch one with chopsticks.
I hope you guys are doing well. So, at the International Conference on Combating Anti-Semitism, Netanyahu is just stating it outwardly that the war now is on social media, as if that hasn't already been obvious, and he's stating that technology and everything else, they already have weapons at their disposal to fight the war on social media. So, take a quick listen to this.
And of course, it's most prevalent in the social media. This is the new battlefield, and this is where we must counter with our own weapons. We're late in the game, but we will win this battle too, as we won on the battlefield, because we are developing the means to fight this. Not with cavalry against F-35s, with F-40s against F-35s. This is the next thing.
So they're already developing the means to counteract this, to fight this. And you can already just imagine what that means. Right off the bat, we already know, controlling the algorithms, the Anti-Defamation League just completely taking control, spending millions and millions of dollars on AI bot training to rewire what these ChatGPT, Gemini, all the likes, how they're trained, what they say, what shows up on your feed, what violates community guidelines, what's considered hate speech, getting people that have large platforms that speak up about Palestine demonetized or removed off those platforms, not showing people the truth about what's going on in the world, making Israel look like this innocent nation. That's the whole thing, and they call it a war because they realize that the one thing, truly, and this is the thing people really have to realize about Israel, is that they don't have the truth on their side. They spend all of this money, millions, billions of dollars, all of this money against the world, really against the world, on social media because they don't have the truth on their side, okay? Palestinians right now, are probably have the least social capital, or have the least in Palestine right now compared to Israel. It's a nuclear-armed country, and they have nowhere near as much power as the Israelis, yet they were able to get the world on their side simply because of the fact that they have the truth on their side. And all they have to do is show people footage of what the hell these settlers and what these Israelis are doing, and Israel's so scared of that. Israel is so scared of that it's responding back by trying to truly just control everything you see on social media, control social media. And I've previously showed you, actually before I do, let me go ahead and show you another clip because, of course, Ted Cruz always has to jump in this. He always has to talk about how he has to defend Israel, talk about the rise in anti-Semitism, and of course this would be a great time to show my disclaimer here, but what we understand is that whenever they talk about anti-Semitism, they're of course conflating it with criticism of Israel. So take a listen to what Ted Cruz also had to say regarding this.
Now, from prominent voices on both the right and the left, there is a spirit of anger and division in the world today. A decade ago, we saw anti-Semitism begin to rise on the left in America. And now, it's consumed the Democrat Party. But what saddens me now is the rise of anti-Semitism on the right. There is a tangible, dangerous anti-Semitic contingent on the right that is gaining traction, gaining popularity, being listened to by young people, and gaining attention. In the last year, I've seen more anti-Semitism rising on the right than I ever have in my entire life. It's dangerous, and it's growing. Anti-Semitism is a poison that not only damages Israel, but also damages America.
Let's just stop right there. Did you hear that? I'm glad he just said it straight out. Anti-Semitism is something that damages Israel. Israel. You notice that? It's always about Israel. They always love to conflate the two, and we know they conflate the two. This isn't hearsay or whatever. We know they conflate the two because of the legislation they pass in Congress, like the IRA definition of anti-Semitism, which is what the U.S. Congress has passed legislation on. They define anti-Semitism using the IRA definition, which conflates certain criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism. If you say what Israel's policies are analogous to 1940s Germany, that's considered anti-Semitic under the definition that's, passed in Congress, that's recognized by the U.S. government.
Hello? Legislated and enforced anti-racism is racism. Hello?
So when they talk about anti-Semitism, make no mistake, they're talking about the fact that people hate Israel. That's what they talk about. That's what they consider anti-Semitic. And if they didn't talk about it that way, then they would put anti-Zionist Jews in positions that would monitor hate speech. How come they don't do that? Do you notice every single position that's focused on monitoring hate speech in the United States, they always put a Zionist Jewish person. They never put an anti-Zionist Jewish person. Why? Because the anti-Zionist Jewish person has no problem with criticism of Israel, and that's not what they actually care about. They don't actually care about hate towards a group of people, which is wrong. They care about masking criticism of Israel as hate in order to shut down criticism of that. Hate speech manager of TikTok, Jerusalem Post, the headline was Loud and Proud Zionists. It wasn't Jewish... new Jewish hate speech manager of TikTok focused on anti-Semitism. No, it was Loud and Proud Zionists focused on combating anti-Semitism. So when this dude, Netanyahu, that snake, is gonna start his war on social media, I mean, they bought TikTok. What else? They bought CBS News. They're buying mainstream news outlets left and right. They're gonna probably get Warner Bros. They're not gonna let Netflix have it. And when I say they, I'm talking about the Ellisons and all these other, the pro-Israel mob. They truly operate like a mafia. They're a mafia. They're a mafia. People are getting real sick of it. And you know what? The only silver lining to all of this is that the more they do this, they're just shooting themselves in the foot, because this time people are very, people see everything for what it is. They know BS when they see it, especially the younger generation. They can keep buying this sort of shit up. They can keep doing what they're doing. It's not going to work. People are getting real sick of it. I mean, take a look at just what happened recently over the past couple of days. TikTok was sold off, and now Upscrolled was one of the #1 trending apps in the App Store, which is a Palestinian-owned app. Why? Well, because people simply are so sick of Israeli propaganda, they don't want to give their time and energy to something that somebody that supports Israel controls. They're sick of it. I've said it before, and I mean this so seriously. If I had the option, I would, by hand, deliver my data to the CCP before I would allow it, before I would choose it to be on Oracle servers. Just give it to the CCP. I don't care. You think that they actually give a damn about my data versus Oracle? Versus the guy who wants to monitor your data, put AI surveillance, make an AI surveillance state? You think that's the guy we should trust with our data? That guy has the best interests? That guy who's basically just one in the same with the tech he is the tech oligarch. He is part of the deep state. He is the deep state. That's it. That's the guy now that manages TikTok, and we just have to accept that every single time. The guy who says the best thing that's ever happened in his life, the thing he's most grateful for is the emergence of the Jewish state of Israel, the largest private donor to the IDF. This is kind of what we've come to. Let's see how the next year plays out. Genuinely, I'm going to be curious to see how the next year plays out, because it's really starting to backfire. And you know what? If they want war, then let's play war. Let's play social media war. They want war, let's do war. I mean, this is not the first time they said stuff like this. There was the documentary, The Israel Lobby. It was done by Al Jazeera, I think, back in 2019 or something, and they had people go in with hidden cameras. And one of them went into an Israeli lobby meeting, and I should have had the clip played, but she says it directly. The foreign minister of Israel at the time said it directly. Let me see, I might have it actually in my drive. And And she went ahead and said that this is information warfare, and we have to put the other side onto the defensive. She said specifically, we have to put the other side on the defensive, meaning we have to make up lies about them, and we have to continuously flood the internet, the information with lies, so that way they're so busy focused on combating the lies and proving that the lies are false instead of having the time to actually attack them. That's what they're focused on, just spitting out as many lies as possible, that then they put us in a position to defend ourselves against the lies, so we don't have enough time, so we're too busy trying to defend ourselves versus actually showing the truth of who they are. That's Israel's entire Hasbara.
That's nearly done, right?
A state propaganda campaign. That's what the Israelis do. So that's really it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up as well. It helps me reach more people like you. Also, I recently started doing membership, and I make member-only videos on YouTube, so if you want to join as a member, it would help support my channel. I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see
Go back a bit, you find I've got videos on what I call the mixed lolly bag. It's like whack-a-mole, but it's a mixed lolly bag. There's so many different convoluted things that don't seem like they're related, but they are, and it all comes from the same shop. What do you blame? The lollies? The bag? Or the bloke at the shop for selling you a bag full of bad mixed lollies? You stop going to the shop, don't you? You just don't have anything to do with that anymore. So what's the point in fighting it? What's the point in continuing to go to the shop to buy the bad lollies from the dodgy shop owner? Walk away from it. You walk away from it. You just don't go back. You no more business. No soup for you. Soup Nazium. No soup for you. I'm telling you, I know at some point this is going to catch on. I know it's going to catch on. People are going to get to the point. If you people aren't interested in politics, they don't want anything to do with it. Fine. If you don't want anything to do with politics, but it's destroying your life because politics is your life. Their politics is your life, okay? I'll say it again. Their politics is your life. And it's the life of your children. It's their future. Today's politics is your children's future. It's the future of your children. It's the consequences of tomorrow. If you want to ignore it, do it with purpose. Walk away from it. Stop engaging completely. Stop feeding it. Stop giving it any validation whatsoever. Oh, they won't fight us anymore. Well, how are we gonna like enforce all this stuff that we want if we can't trigger them? If we can't gaslight them into doing what we need them to do so that we can enforce these laws. Get rid of all your social media. Bink! That's what I've been saying, bro. You're all fighting for this, as if that is your freedom of speech. As if this right here is your freedom of speech. No, it's not. It's us talking to one another and choosing whether we want to listen or not. And some people just being gronks and trolls, calling people gronks and trolls. Okay, seriously, you're like the lowest common denominator of the crayfish that eats shit off the bottom of the ocean. Go away. So, walk away, people. Start adding value to your community. Stop robbing from it. Stop selling shit Chinesium as well. If you want to add value to your town, to your community, to your city, to your state, start creating.